look at who's returning to the classroom as schools begin to reopen and who is staying home. As first highlighted in the Washington Post, more minority American families are choosing to stick to online learning over concerns about health and safety.
After a year of remote learning, most parents are itching to send their kids back to school. But this morning, the number of minority parents opting to keep their children home in some states is staggering. As restrictions ease, school districts in parts of the country are seeing the same trend. Students of color are far more likely than their white peers to not return for in-person learning.
Asian Americans really feel under siege. We're really concerned about our safety, about racism fomented by the pandemic.
For parents like Julius Paris, it's all about safety. When his child's school shut down in March of last year, the family created a pandemic pod, allowing the family to see each other while keeping safe.
We have 3 households, actually, and they're all members of our family. So we live within 10 miles or so from one another, but we try to help each other with childcare and grocery delivery and what have you. So that's what our pod looks like.
That's why when his child's school announced they'd return in person, his family opted not to and fears it could endanger his older in-laws.
We can't be sure that all families are adhering to those same standards. And for us, that risk is just a little bit too great for us.
But for Philadelphia third grade teacher Mabel Say, it's not just the virus that she fears, it's bullying.
Bullying has always happened in schools, but now that COVID has this anti-Asian sentiment, I would say that it's probably going to be worse.
The number of attacks against the Asian community has skyrocketed. Some parents worry sending their children off to school alone puts them at risk of harassment, and that's not a risk they're willing to take. These recent attacks, including the shooting in Atlanta this week, have officials and parents in major cities on high alert, with law enforcement beefing up security and patrols in Asian neighborhoods. For the organization Compassion in Oakland, they've managed to assemble a small army of volunteers to protect their neighbors, pairing volunteer chaperones with elderly Asian Americans who may feel unsafe going on walks or running errands.
We've had over 1,200 people sign up to volunteer, and it's only been a month. It shows really how the community wants to show up and feels really strongly about protecting our community, protecting our elderly, and being there for one another and unifying together.
And to hear more of these stories about the uptick in hate crimes against Asian Americans, tune into an ABC News special, Murder in Atlanta. It is now on Hulu.
You are a big part in that special, and I'm looking forward to watching it. Really important stuff.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.